Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Hinamizawa. Before we get started, I just wanted to say Ryukishi has to be trolling, right? Like that was awful. That was maybe the worst chapter in Higurashi, just straight up, like the worst sub-chapter. Oh my god. Like Jesus Christ, that was bad.
Elaborate.
Maybe he
I
just
want to
really
know
likes
why you think it
baseball.
was so
What do
bad.
you mean? We want to know why? You were
Maybe
there.
he
need to
just
tell
really
me.
likes baseball.
You need to tell me.
Listen, as the title of the previous episode said, there are way too many freaks, okay? There are way too many freaks in this kitchen.
I think we don't have enough freaks in the kitchen.
We do not have enough cooks in here. No, we need less freaks.
I think
we need more cooks.
Is that
I
a
think
reference
we
to
need
Chef?
at least. I think
No.
we need at least 8. I think we need at least 18 freaks in the kitchen.
Anyway, let's move on. Hopefully we're getting past that, because I have to assume...
3 more hours of baseball!
I have to assume that Ryukishi got sick of people saying that his slice of life writing is cringe, and he was like, cringe, huh? I'll show you cringe. And then he wrote this. Like, that has to be the reason why things happen the way they did here. Okay, we already did this. Great.
He's peeking too hard.
He's not peeking hard enough, clearly. Anyway.
Alright then, I'm off. Look out for cars. Be back before dinner time.
Keiichi looking out for cars? Is that a Higurashi reference?
Okay, that's so true. He did look out for a car in chapter 1. Well, it was a truck.
Nearly got hit by it.
Yeah, he got grazed by the mirror, according to his probably unreliable version of events. Anyway. Today was the day of the barbecue party. That was the Hinamizawa fighters' victory celebration. Of course, I, having prepared myself, skipped breakfast in order to stay hungry. Wise man right there. That is the wisest thing Keiichi has ever done in his life. Though with all the club members coming, it was pretty possible there would be a contest based on how fast or how much you could eat. That's not happening, Keiichi. We're past the slice of life already. We have to be. Reno was already at our usual meeting place. Mion arrived a few minutes later. Great! Let's get going. This old man skipped breakfast and is starving to death.
I expected nothing less. I, too, went without breakfast, and I'm now in top physical condition.
Oh yeah, by the way, I don't know if you guys noticed, but there's a subtle clue in this background. You see how there's a lot of green in the background? That's because that's actually a reference to Mion's green hair, which proves that the Sonozaki family is involved.
It's green, which is like the color of zombies.
Yeah, that's how it
She's a
explains
zombie.
That explains people showing up after they died. They're zombies now.
Sagi, do you want to explain your theory in more detail?
I'd rather do it on text afterwards.
Okay,
I don't think I
you
can
don't want this to
articulate
be
it
in
well
the
at this
YouTube
point.
Video. Okay, I got you.
Listen, it'd be easier for me to write it out.
Come on,
and
it's
speak
more
it out.
fun if it's in the YouTube video, because then people can go back and comment like, lol, Sagi, what were you cooking? Or, you know, probably more likely my theories are gonna get absolutely destroyed. Anyway. Alright, let's begin. Oh my god, hold on. Let me disable Steam notifications real quick. Holy. That is way too many people.
Wow. You two skipping breakfast is bad for your health.
Yeah, that's true. Give me a second.
It's not.
I always skip breakfast. He's wrong.
Yeah.
Okay.
I just love the idea of someone coming back to this VOD. It's like,
Okay.
Saki, you fucking idiot, you were so wrong.
I mean, that's a possible. Okay, you know what? I'm gonna kind of explain Sagi's theory a little bit. Tell me if I get anything wrong. But basically, he's proposing that there's some kind of like disease that basically either turns people into zombies or like alters their personality. That's correct, right, Sagi?
Yeah, the zombie disease that makes you crazy.
Yeah, I don't know if I
Does it make
agree
you kill yourself?
I don't know if I agree with that necessarily, but I agree with some aspects of it. Anyway, let's move forward. All right, Rena, continue.
Rena made sure to eat something.
Yeah, you're great, Rena. Breakfast is an important part of the day. I'm sure you'll surpass that underdeveloped Neon, get yourself a nice sexy body, and you'll be all over the dirty magazines.
Oh god, can we kill him?
Rena doesn't like this.
We're already right into
No, Rena likes this a lot, actually.
No, I was wrong! The dirty magazines. If I get a nice body, then maybe a prince on a white horse will come for Rena too? For Rena too?
Oh my god. Definitely not happening. If you want to take responsibility for them, Kei-chan, then don't give Rena any silly ideas. She might start eating breakfast 3 times a day starting tomorrow.
Breakfast maxing.
Yeah, I could see Rena breakfast maxing. Totally egg-pilled. She's a... signs that you're a sausage male. And isn't better than Alpha. Wait, who did this gluttonous princess think was going to come for her?
Well, anyway, we're all nice and hungry. Let's go and treat ourselves with the big barbecue party.
Yeah!
Yeah!
The venue for said barbecue was to be the Furude Shrine grounds where Rika-chan lived. I have a frog in my throat, uh-oh. Am I, like, about to start having hiccups? That's not good.
That's not the, that's not what
dude.
you're supposed to eat at a barbecue party. You're not supposed to eat frogs.
Okay, cool. I'm gonna
Well, if you're
reread
in
that
France.
line. That did not feel right. The venue for
It's in
said
the UK
barbecue
as well.
was to be the Furude Shrine grounds where Rika-chan lived. They held events and festivals there, and barbecues too. It was the place that held all sorts of ceremonies in Hinamizawa. Come to think of it, there was supposed to be a big village festival coming up, wasn't there? What, some sort of cotton
couldn't be.
festival?
Couldn't be.
Wata Nagashi or something. Ah, but what if Wata actually represented entrails, Keiichi? Did you think about that?
What if Wata represents water?
You're so real for that. Oh my gosh. It's
Ah,
actually
yes,
the
Mizu
Nagashi
Nagashi.
part that represents water, by the way. Anyway. So if I end up sounding like I have a frog in my throat permanently, I'm sorry, but I'm just gonna roll with it. The scenery
Stop eating frogs.
No, they taste really good. The scenery you could see from that high up was fairly superb, and the calm atmosphere particular to shrines was something fairly difficult to find in the city. Do you got that, GM? It's gonna be on the fucking test, okay? We left our bicycles at the bottom of the shrine steps and broke into a mad dash up the stairs.
Scenic.
Sorry, can you go
background.
back? Can you go back over that so I can write in my notes?
Oh yeah, the
Wait, Ted,
Hinamizawa fighters or whatever.
Wait, Teds, what's wrong with you? You didn't even go to the classic graphics for the staircase?
We've already seen that, haven't we? That was
I don't
last
think we've seen
chapter.
the stairs. I don't think we've seen the stairs in particular.
Anyway.
Sorry, I have to go back and reload the save now.
No. When we arrived on the shrine ground, the Hinamizawa fighters and their fathers had already gathered and begun setting up for the barbecue early. Of course.
Oh yeah, my favorite baseball team, the Hinamizawa Fathers.
Of course, Satoko and Rika-chan were there as well.
We're always slowing ourselves down.
Let's get past this, please. When they noticed our arrival, they waved to us.
Oh, so you managed not to forget about this. Curses. If you all hadn't come, there would have been that much more meat for me. How truly disappointing it is.
Spoken like a true goblin. Meat's back on the menu.
You underestimate us, Satoko. Now that we've arrived, you don't think you'll be able to have even one bite of that fabulously marbled beef, do you? Remember when we ate our bento here? You and I have a fatal difference in reach. I'll be overwhelming you once again.
What? I cannot allow that to happen by any means.
Cry and shout all you want. You'll just be watching us fill our mouths with beef. Don't worry though. We'll give the peppers and onions to you.
Oh, hell yeah.
I'll give Satoko lots and lots of the grilled squash, too.
Jeez. Okay. That's so
I want the onion.
Oh yeah, that's right. She doesn't like pumpkin. But does she not like squash in general? Uh-oh. When
She's Gord's greatest enemy.
Why do I feel like that's going to come up later? I'm a little concerned.
It means she's gonna die by squashing.
She's gonna get
This is the
squashed.
second time it's been brought up. Like, it has to be significant in some way, right? Surely. Anyway.
No.
When Satoko heard the word squash, her complexion changed color. When she took my overwhelming reach into account, she knew it wasn't just a threat. It could actually happen. I'll go tell the coach. I'll tell him you really love squash. If it's for you, I bet he'll get a whole mountain of specialty squash from all over Japan.
Wow, good for you, Satoko. You'll have your pick of the squash. You can have squash from dawn till dusk, 3 meals a day.
What? Rena, everyone's bullying me.
Satoko tried to leap into Rena's chest.
Relatable.
Oh
Couldn't
no.
have jump scare.
Clearly, given another second, Rena's mock punches would have us piled on the ground. So just before Satoko hit Rena, I grabbed her by the nape of her neck and pulled her back. A superb reaction with only seconds of foresight. At least it was supposed to be. But for Rena, when I caught the leaping, crying Satoko, it looked like I was keeping her to myself. And Rena's freak matched mine.
Flashbang.
Bam, bam, bam!
3-hit combo.
Oh. No, Keiichi-kun. This is Rena's, okay? I'm taking her home.
Rena-san, beat up Mian-san and Rika like that, too.
Your ult.
Whoa,
Hit a
whoa!
woman.
Hold on there! Yeah! Bam, bam, bam!
Okay. Now we're good, Rika V. There she is. Rena-san, over there.
They spotted her! She's a spotter, oh my god! It's just like Boone from New Vegas! Just wait, Satoko-chan. Oh wait,
Sorry.
that's Rena, my bad.
Possessed
Just
by
wait,
VR.
Satoko-chan. I'll take care of her right away. Then I'm bringing you straight home.
Listen, I was too
Neon
excited to post the next
possession.
line already.
Beyond possession.
I'm sorry for possessing you, Rena. Please forgive me.
You didn't do anything wrong.
Satoko, you're mean.
Oh, Rika-chan's so cute too. Oh, I'm gonna take her home.
Serves you right.
Satoko laughed in a shrill voice at Rika-chan and Rena's unproductive game of tag, while we watched them, sprawled out on the ground. Oh yeah, everybody's gonna be clamoring to voice this character, I'm sure.
Who voiced this guy last time?
Me, because
Tej.
I assumed no one else would want this role. For some mysterious reason.
I just.
He's a U.S.
Looks like-
congressman.
Was this was the feet guy, right?
No! Oh my- No,
I don't know
no,
if he's
he,
a
like,
feet guy or
touched-
not.
He like touched Keiichi's hands and he was kind of weird about it.
Oh,
Kiryu
hands guy.
Sakage.
That was close
yeah,
enough.
Kiryu Sakage.
I'm not sure it's quite that exactly, but
Are you alright, Maibara-san? Sunazaki-san?
oh no, I'm sorry in advance, Grumble.
Oh, this is gonna be beautiful.
Okay. I wonder if it'll happen this session. Anyway, the coach came over and lent us a hand.
That's ominous.
Yeah, this is just how we communicate, that's all. Don't mind us.
The way we communicate ends up leaving bruises on my face that I don't want to do any more of it.
You never learn, do you?
Laughed the coach loudly. It made us start to laugh too. Satoko's laughter, Rika-chan's yelling, and Rena's strange voice were kind of comfortable to hear.
Help!
Did we leave out Mion there? Wait, did we ignore Mion?
She's just gonna be perma ignored.
Think about her. It's not her chapter.
She's ignored in her own chapter.
No, that was Shion's chapter.
Dion, Mion, same thing.
Ichion, Neon, you know.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Anyway. Yeah, they just totally skipped over Mion. Actually, the only thing he said to Mion was negative, wasn't it? Okay, that's awesome. The adults here knew what they were doing, so the barbecue was ready in short order. As the salad oil dripped down onto the plate with a hiss, there was a loud cheer. When the coach brought over a big plate with all the meat on it, we all cheered again.
Wow, this meat looks amazing. Coach, you really did splurge on it. I did make a promise. Can you tell how much all of this weighs? It really did cost me a lot.
Of course it did. Third-rate meat wouldn't be enough a reward for everything I did yesterday.
Yeah, Satoko-chan's definitely the guest of honor today.
Yeah, Satoko was the one who hit that last home run after all. She might have caught the guy off guard, but the arc it flew was long and true.
Satoko was pretty athletic.
Everyone says, as if she didn't cheat. Whoops. Not bad at all. She could be one of the best of our generation. She doesn't fall behind in physical ability, even compared to me.
Maybe Satoko-chan has a big future in the world of sports.
Oh, ho, 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 ho. Stop singing my praises. You're making me blush.
Munch munch?
Satoko, for whom the excessive praise made her not notice the moderately grilled meat being stolen one after the other, was just far too cute.
My Barasan, this is heavy.
This has to be one of the most cursed voices of the session, I feel. Oh my god. Whoops. Tomiri-kun and Okamura-kun were carrying something over to us. It was a huge barbecue plate.
Whoa! The barbecue's protagonist has arrived. That's a massive clue if I've ever heard one. Maybe Tahata is right. And Keiichi's not the real protagonist, but instead it's Tomita Kun.
Tomita and Okamura are the real
Maybe
protagonists.
Keiichi just wants the grill.
That's true.
I don't think he
sounds
thinks
about
that
right.
way.
That sounds about right.
The plate was chock full of skewers with vegetables and meat on them. The grilled, burning hot meat juices made a shh noise as they drizzled off. Gulp. You need a lot of heat for cooking something on a metal skewer, so they had grilled the whole plate at once.
Yep. And at a barbecue without some of these.
You can say that again. I'll help out, so let's get it over there. Up we go.
Wow! Look! It's amazing!
Everyone greeted us with a cheer. Each person received a skewer with vegetables and big pieces of meat on it.
Human meat. Oh,
Whoa! They also received paper cups filled to the brim with juice. Or should I
human
say...
juice.
Human juice.
I think they just call it... Well, I was gonna say they call that blood, but there are actually various human juices.
I was gonna say.
It's a mix of all of them. It's a smoothie.
Oh, no.
That sounds unpleasant.
That's the worst.
Any hoozle. They also received paper cups filled to the brim with juice. In my right hand were pounds of piping hot barbecue. In the
Human
left
barbecue.
was a cup of human juice that I could jug down. If this didn't make you want to dance, you weren't a man.
What?
Jesus Christ.
You weren't a man.
I can't hold back any longer. I'm gobbling it down. Gobble, gobble.
Turkey.
Why did
What
he
do you
turn-
mean by this?
I wanna
why did
say
he turn
some-
into Arnold Schwarzenegger the moment he said I'm gobbling it down?
I wanted to make a stupid joke here, but then I realized it would sound really bad, so I'm not gonna. You can just imagine.
Now you gotta make it. Now you gotta make
Well, now
it.
you gotta say
No,
it.
Yeah.
You're forcing your own
no,
hand.
please. Look, when I saw this line, I just thought JoJo fans when they see an unsucked.
No!
I mean, isn't that true?
It is true.
That's just a fact.
It's true. It's very true. Anywho, not just yet, Kei-chan. We've got a little ceremony first.
Can I have your attention, everyone? I didn't know what else there was. I was only at that
Yeah,
point.
I know. It just sounded funny. I'm sorry.
More accurate ear to be honest.
The coach, with a cup of beer in his hand, this is a reference to Zune of Toho Project, mounted the nearby beer cooler.
Coach, is that a Left 4 Dead 2 reference?
It's also a Left 4 Dead 2 reference. This was supposed to be a victory celebration, after all. We needed an opening statement. Damn, I hope it ends soon. For every second this goes on for, a little more of the food's freshness goes away. Noah? Satoko stomped down on the back of my foot.
My word, men your age are so greedy. Can you not wait a little more elegantly?
Is everything I'm thinking really showing on my face?
I'm
I mean, that would
screenshotting
explain
this.
why
I'm screenshotting
can-
this. This is going
Well,
in
we
a
don't
fucking
know.
mind.
What we don't know is that Keiichi actually has a television set for her head and it shows his thoughts visually.
Oh,
my God,
so is this in the
Skibbity
Skibbity
Keiichi?
toilet
Skip-
verse?
God damn it.
This line is going in a thumbnail. I'm just saying this right now.
One day we're just gonna have a thumbnail that's a compilation of every time someone says something like that.
It's the word as if.
Okay.
If it's said more than twice, that means it has to be plot relevant.
Oh my.
Is everyone listening? We won a huge game yesterday. It had become a hard battle after that amazing pitcher came in. But thanks to equally reliable saviors on our side, we scored a beautiful turnaround victory.
Clap, clap, clap. Both my hands were full, so the adults and older brothers gave us a round of applause.
This is to celebrate that victory. As promised, I got a ton of delicious meat for everyone. Eat as much as you want and use that energy for our next game.
Then, after a few words of thanks to the fathers and brothers who helped with the barbecue, he led us in a toast. Okay, 3, 2, 1. Cheers!
Cheers!
Thank you, crowd. They say that when toasting, you would normally down the contents of your cup. But we were young. At the toast, all of us immediately began to dig into our skewers. After that, it got really lively, with everyone congratulating one another for the things they did during the game. Congratulations! Congratulations!
Congratulations!
Golf club.
Congratulations!
Congratulations!
Congratulations! Like how someone made a great catch, or how awesome someone looked when stealing a base, or like doing some sort of human instrumentality project. Of course, they
Or clawing
congratulated.
your throat out.
Of course, they congratulated me too, the savior who appeared to fight against the Koshien pitcher.
Keiichi, you need to get in the robot.
Well, even what I did was all thanks to Satoko.
Satoko did have a plan, but you're the only one who could have won over Kameda like you did, Kei-chan. You did more than enough to deserve praise.
By the way, Keiichi-kun, you went to eat cake with Kamita-kun after that, didn't you? You looked like you were best friends.
Yeah, eat cake, sure.
Is this the gay route?
This is not the gay route, I don't think.
Oh, it'd be funny.
The seeds of friendship sprouting between male rivals. Something like that.
That's sort of... well, it's...
No, it is the gay route.
Well,
Wow, they really don't know what Keiichi's thinking on this one, do they? I violently brushed through Rena's hair as she turned red in the face for some reason at the mention of friendship between males, dispersing her pleasant-seeming ideas of...
They'll be roommates soon.
So basically what we've learned here is that Rena is a
Rena's a Fujo. Yeah.
Okay. That everybody
I kind
write
of
that down.
surprising nobody.
This
Yeah.
this is not surprising.
I'd be
I
more
suppose, but-
surprised if she wasn't.
Okay, but like it's confirmed, so there's that. Like I was thinking we were gonna get that in Answer Arcs, but I guess they're just throwing us a bone here. Now then, where's the hero? Or rather, the heroine, Satoko. Oh, there she is. Rika was smashing her face on the grill. Satoko was with Rika-chan, in the middle of bragging her heart out about the home run yesterday. And her teammates spared no compliment for her. Since even though he was going easy on her, the fact that she hit a throw from a Koshien pitcher was something else. Satoko was more loquacious than usual. It seems she was in a great mood. But everything is the opposite of how it seems, don't forget, guys. She was flying so high that I thought for a moment about getting in a word in to tease her.
This actually means she's digging through the ground.
But she was the leading actress today, so I decided not to bully her at all. As I watched Keiichi basically just said she's the protagonist. Okay. As I watched Satoko...
So today,
she's the protagonist of today, or maybe the next several months. As I watched Satoko going at
you're not
things
living
as-
that long.
No, okay. Well, until Wada Nagashi, at least. As I watched Satoko going at things as lively as usual under the sun, it struck me that it didn't quite line up with the pleasant time I'd spent with her. But both of those were the real Satoko. I didn't care which it was. her smiling happily, or making a big, lively fuss like this. Just as long as she would keep smiling like this forever.
She looks like she's having fun. Quite a lot of it.
The coach had approached me from behind me before I realized it, like some kind of ninja. As he gazed at Satoko from afar, like I had been doing, he addressed me. So I could tell he was talking about her.
Doesn't it just cleanse your soul to see Sadako-chan smiling?
He smiled, refreshed, searching for confirmation. I felt a little embarrassed to admit it, so against my better judgment, I played it off.
Really? I don't think her smile could cleanse so much as a plate.
Jeez, Keiichi, what the hell?
I'm sure Sadako-chan would be mad if she heard that. But that part of her is very cute too.
Leaving her cuteness aside, I can understand him thinking Satoko getting angry for being teased would be funny.
Mr. Iria, was it?
Oh my god, Keiichi, you fucking idiot!
He's great with names.
It's
remember
Irie.
this.
Everyone else calls me Coach, though. I'd be very happy if you called me Coach as well, Naiban-san.
Wait, like Left 4 Dead 2?
Oh,
As he said that, Coach Irie smiled, blushing a little.
Why?
Coach, you seem to like Satoko a lot.
Can you say Coach, you seem to like Left 4 Dead 2 a lot? I didn't have any
Someone's
real
gotta install like a Satoko replaces Louis.
Coach, you seem to like pills a lot.
I didn't have any real basis for saying that. It was just what I felt to be true.
Yes. I do like her. I love her, in fact. When she gets older, I'm thinking of asking her to marry me.
There we go, there it is.
At least he's waiting?
Grumble, don't you love the
That doesn't
characters
make
you
it
choose to
that much
voice?
I fucking figured this was fucking coming.
Thank you for taking one for the team, Grumble.
What?
I appreciate your sacrifice, Grumble.
I will remember you for as long as I live.
Alright, can we get an what?
I did.
Oh, we did. Okay. This guy really says some insane stuff, doesn't he? After being astonished by this, I hurried to put my mind back in order. I'd heard that this coach guy was the kind of person who said crazy things out of nowhere. According to Mion, if I took everything he said seriously, I physically wouldn't be able to take it. If I was able to ignore that part of him, he seemed like he'd be a really funny guy. Okay.
My Barasan, did that surprise you? Could it be you're going after Sadako-chan yourself? That would bother me then. I've been going after her for decades now, you know.
Decades? I don't know that she's been
I can't
around for
believe
a decade.
I don't think she existed that long.
He's from the previous Kalpa guys.
So is he just like taking the piss right now? What is this?
He's stealing all of the piss.
I'm going to give him the benefit of the doubt and say he's taking the piss.
Coach,
We can all
Satoko
hope.
hasn't
Just for
even
my
been
own
alive for
sanity.
much more than a decade.
Wait, Satoko really is a vampire.
Coach gave me a dry grin and laughed. Was this how I should be doing it? I must somehow master the art of responding to this coach guy. After that, I received many words of praise for my actions, almost too many. As that conversation was happening, leaving aside
Yeah,
the
birds of prey.
Leaving aside the controversial statements this coach person would spout suddenly, I learned he was very composed, and not a bad guy by any stretch.
I think Satoko deserves more praise for that crazy home run she got. I honestly didn't think she had it in her.
Sadako-chan's older brother was more the quiet bookworm type. She probably inherited the exact opposite skill set.
Her brother? Right, he meant Satoshi, the person who is alive right now. Ah. The one who left Sadako and ran away from home. Sadako's Nini. Satoshi Hojo.
Do you not know about him? Sadako-chan's older brother, I mean. His name is Satoshi Hojo-kun. He played with the Hinamizawa fighters too. Wanted him to play a lot more, but then he got transferred.
I like how in the first chapter he was like, nobody's telling me anything about Satoshi. And now people are like, oh, you don't know about him? Let me explain.
Just give me a minute to explain.
Huh. I see.
So he transferred. Yeah. Maybe that was a little more considerate than saying he ran away. Or that he got murdered. Now that he mentioned it, I think it was Rena. I think she said Satoshi transferred too. I didn't know the details of him having run away from home at the time, so I didn't pay much attention to it, but...
Only her brother transferred? That's sort of unusual.
Didn't he say something almost identical to this in Chapter 1? Everyone having fun was far away, and their cheerful voices distant. Oh, thank God. The chorus of the cicadas separated us from them, giving me a sense of distance. Wonderful, thank you. At first, I thought my own voice was too soft for even me to hear. But for a really long time, Coach didn't respond to my words. So at this point, I began to wonder if I said something I shouldn't have. Just when I began to feel impatient, Coach finally spoke.
Something unfortunate happened. A few things, actually.
After informing me that what he was about to say was a secret, Coach began to talk, a little at a time. Ooh, it's a secret.
It's been 3 years already. Right around this time of year, I think. Sadako-chan's parents were in an accident.
An accident?
Yes. At a public park they visited while on vacation. They fell from a viewing platform.
It was supposed to just be a little time away from the house with family. They went for a walk on a path through a nature park after it had rained. There was a little viewing platform that looked like it had a good view. That was the stage on which the tragedy was set. The metal fixtures in the viewing platform fence had deteriorated from time, and with all the rain they had just gotten, they might have loosened somewhat. Right before Sadako's eyes, both the fence and her parents fell. There was a river some tens of meters below. The water level was high due to the rain, and apparently very muddy.
And her parents...
Coach gave a thin but melancholic smile and touched his paper cup to his lips. Without saying anything, I knew how unfortunate that accident was, and how Sadako's parents had left on an eternal vacation.
Then Satoko is... well...
I was so focused on being careful with my words that I lost what I was going to say. A single word. Orphaned. I knew how little consideration it showed, and how much it would hurt Satoko without having to say it aloud. Come to think of it, Satoko lived with Rika-chan. At least, that's what I thought I heard from the others. Wait, Rika-chan? Her father died from illness too, and her mother soon after. I felt like I heard she was living by herself.
Yes. She's living with Furude-san right now. They've probably lived many discouraging days without any parents, but they've gotten along by helping each other. Going on living without the protection of parents is very difficult for kids that age, I think. Ibara-san can probably understand that as well.
I've only survived because I rely on my parents, so the only reply I could give was to nod.
Furude-san is particularly beloved by the older people in the village. As long as she's here, she won't want for much.
Come to think of it, you're right. Rika-chan kind of seems like the village mascot sometimes. I don't think she'd have a hard time living here.
Rika-chan could go meep just once and get 2 or 3 croquettes from a vendor after all. I felt like if she asked for help, everyone in the village would.
But that only applies to Furude-san in particular. Satoko-chan doesn't have it the same way.
Rika being so spoiled was just an exception. Upon thinking about it normally, living on your own as a child should be fraught with difficulty. It wasn't, then, very difficult to imagine how much suffering Satoko had to go through just to live. It wasn't very difficult to imagine. Was I really thinking that? No, I was only thinking the words. I couldn't imagine it in the slightest. How was I supposed to imagine it when I saw that annoying smile of hers? There was no way I could. I found out she was living apart from her brother, and I just kind of vaguely thought that it was rather unfortunate. I mean, Satoko was smiling so energetically every single day. Was I thinking that her smiling meant she wasn't hurt? That she didn't feel lonely? When she found out my parents were coming home the other night, Satoko said... you can read this, Sagi.
A family sitting around a dinner table is the most fun way to enjoy a meal of all.
Those words had a lot more weight now.
I've seriously considered adopting her.
What?
Huh? Adoption?
It's a secret.
After warning me, Coach put his index finger to his lips.
I've lived a really steady life all these years. I have money too, and a good reputation.
Is Yuri a Minecraft YouTuber?
But marriage is the one thing I've never got around to. By law, obviously a single individual can't adopt a child, so I can't make Satoko-chan my adopted daughter. What a shame. Didn't take long for my plan to get her to call me Papa. I had to hit a setback.
Okay, here's my new theory. So what if this chapter is just going to be, like, taking Irie out on blind dates and the shenanigans that entails?
And that just somehow leads to everyone dying.
Yes, and then somehow everyone dies as a result of this.
Nuclear bomb goes off for some reason.
Anyway, this guy spouts some crazy stuff. At first, I was only half listening, but midway through, I realized how rude that was. This coach person seriously only wished for this one girl, Satoko, to be happy. That was neither crazy nor was it nonsense. He just wanted her to be happy.
He also wanted to marry her.
Those were his true feelings. He also wanted to marry her.
Satoko-chan's current lifestyle is probably not a very happy one. But, you know, I want to make it easier for her. Even if it's only a little. Of course. I can't do much for her but share my leftover food and do errands that she's not strong enough to do.
You're wrong. Satoko's happy.
Huh?
Coach showed surprise at my having declared that.
There are so many people all around her that really want her to be happy. She can't possibly feel otherwise.
Keiichi, I hate to tell you this, but there's something called clinical depression. You might wanna look that up in the local library. Anyway.
Clinical depression was actually invented in the 90s, so he can't.
Oh, okay. That
That's
makes
true.
sense. I spoke with a serious expression, quietly, but firmly, all the same. It was my approval of his feelings, and my gratitude as Satoko's Nini. Don't approve all the feelings, please.
Thank you. Still, keep this a secret from Satoko-chan, okay? If she knew I wanted to adopt her, she'd probably get mad and call me a pervert for wanting me to call her Papa.
I think that's a reverse order of operations there.
I feel like there's plenty of other reasons to call a pervert anyway.
I wonder. Satoko may have been somewhat childish, but she was still able to empathize with people. She'd call him that. I knew it. As if my feelings had gotten across, Coach grinned, satisfied, and returned his gaze to the hustle and bustle before us.
Now, because we know that everything Keiichi assumes is wrong, this means that Satoko is actually a sociopath.
Yes.
That means Satoko would call him Mama.
Okay. Her parents and her older brother. She lost her family, had no relatives, and was huddled up with Rika-chan, who was in the same situation. Sadako Hojo. It wouldn't be odd for her to look at life with despair, but she didn't seem to feel that way. She lived energetically with a smile.
I want her to keep smiling forever.
Is somebody, like...
Yeah, who's playing
beating-
tennis?
Is somebody beating their meat over there? What is happening? Okay, then. Anyway. It was a naive wish, and yet it was one he couldn't help hoping for.
Tennis.
Oh, sorry, that's my dog. He's scratching his ear.
Oh, okay.
That's surprisingly loud.
Its claws hitting linoleum tiles. Hang on. And...
Oh no, is he bringing us to the dog? No, please
Gonna
don't.
put my cat on the mic.
I was muting my mic, not putting the dog on the desk.
That's what I said. You were bringing us to the dog. Anyway, it was a naive wish, and yet it was one he couldn't help hoping for. So, the words that I spoke were the same.
What a coincidence. I think the same way.
Oh, you too, my Barakun? Then that makes us friends. Let's make a promise.
Promise?
A very simple one.
The coach said this, giving me a grin.
That we will never, ever make her cry.
You mean like the... It was short and to the point.
Yeah, I promise to.
Coach nodded happily. We exchanged no more words after that. We just sat there comfortably, gazing at Satoko and everyone else having a good time. She'd certainly lost family, but there were people watching over her. How reassuring must that have been?
Just hypothetically, if you did adopt Satoko, what would you do?
That's a tough one.
Coach gave a wry, happy smile, then exaggeratedly tilted his head in contemplation. Well, first I'd get her to call me Master, and make her into a lovely, kind-hearted maid.
Huh? What?
How does this guy always pick the craziest time to say the craziest things?
My Barkun. I haven't said anything yet?
Okay, fine. Oh, his glasses are all foggy. They're all foggy here. Why aren't they foggy?
I'm foggy.
What are you talking about? I heard it loud and clear.
Oh, that's right. I
my
clearly
God.
said I would make Satoko into my own personal pretty maid.
Ah, that sounds nice. Satoko-chan. All pretty.
No.
Oh, okay, we're back to this. Oh, pretty and purity are really hard to differentiate, right? Be careful with mixing refined Japanese words and English together. I am against race mixing. I mean, she probably is.
What are you talking about? The entire myth of Hinamizawa is human and only race.
That's gonna be the funniest joke of this entire episode.
It's also gonna get you
It's
water,
all
right?
downhill from here.
Listen, she said it,
Shion
not
jump
me.
scare.
She said it, not me.
Shion jump scare.
That was me
I
as
get it.
Shion.
Honestly, the intricacies of language know no bounds.
This is the Sonozaki possession episode.
That's right. Kei-chan, you do understand. Then, with that, it's time for... My hand shot out and grabbed Shion, smiling, waving, and about to leave by the nape of her neck.
Hey, wait right there. Don't just show up out of nowhere and start saying crazy stuff.
I think this line really mirrors the thoughts of the audience at this point. Speaking of saying crazy stuff, I thought the Satoko love talk you were having with the coach was pretty crazy too. I can perform a reenactment of the adoption bit. Wanna see?
You've been hiding ever since then?
Kei-chan, you can't even beat my sister. You're 100 years too early to challenge me. This was Shion Sonozaki, the younger of the Sonozaki twins. Though she hadn't a scrap of the reserved quality you'd expect from a little sister. She was a villain. She was a villain! She was a villain!
She's a sussy baka.
No better than her older sister Mion. We met the other day in town, and I dug myself into a hole when I mistook her for Shion. Or Mion. I mistook Mion for Shion.
Riemon for Shion for Mion.
For Eon. Unlike Mion, Shion said she was living in Okinomiya, so I thought we'd never see each other again. But to think we actually would. My frankly displeased expression didn't change a bit either. That must be what people mean when they say something is like water off a duck's back.
Shion-san, you came! I was disappointed because I thought she wouldn't make it.
Well, I couldn't think of anything else to do, really. I figured I'd come and tease you all a little. You know, after last chapter.
Coach, why did you need to call Shion to our victory celebration? How did she contribute to our team's win?
Gee, I wonder.
Well, you see, I'm actually the manager for the Hinamizawa fighters.
The director, one could even say. The manager? No, wait, then why weren't you at the game yesterday?
That's because I'm like a ghost manager.
Oh, so she manages the ghosts of people who show up after they're
Yes,
dead.
correct.
Okay.
She seemed to think...
Or she's already dead because she
She's-
is a ghost.
She seemed to think I'd forgive her if she stuck her tongue out and smiled.
She thought correctly.
She wasn't sorry at all. I'm not sorry. I'm not sorry. I'm not sorry. I'm not sorry.
The match wasn't nearly as pretty without you there. Well, I won't tell you to come to practices, but couldn't you at least come to games to root for us like you used to?
I'll think about it. Maybe I will if Kei-chan joins the Hinamizawa fighters. I can't get into a cheering mood if there's no good-looking guy on the team.
Oh? Huh?
Did Shion just smoothly say something absurd?
I'm ugly!
Shion? You little... Where did you come from? Suddenly, Mion came running over, latched onto my shoulders, and pulled me towards her.
Ah! It's Mi-chan's little sister! Hello, Shi-chan!
Hello, Rena-san. I'm honored you remembered my name. We only met once.
Oh, not at all. Thanks for remembering Rena's name, too.
Cut the stupid greetings! You're not allowed to solicit Kei-chan. He's the hope of our club. Don't pull him out and put him in baseball like he's some kind of plant. Or like... Yeah, okay, it was like he's some kind of plant.
Like a nuclear power plant.
No.
But it's gonna melt down and kill everyone.
Mion gave a low growl as she grappled my arm.
Mion turned into the pit bull named Cupcake.
She looked like a little girl desperately clinging to her toy.
Yep, Keiichi-kun is the star rookie of our club. We could never trade him away.
Rena's smile hid a nonchalant bloodthirst. She was blocking Shion's way, ready to unleash an ultimate attack if she got within 2 meters of me.
I can't believe it, a counter super?
I felt like this was going to turn into a bloody battle. Probably not.
I should have brought my golf club.
Yeah, I should have brought my poncho. That's too bad. I left my murder poncho at home. We'll leave the negotiations for another time. You don't have the right to negotiate. Coach, why did you call Shion here too? She's a ghost member. She's been slacking off for the last year.
I can't believe it, she was dead for the last year?
I just thought it would be even more fun if Shion-chan was here. Yep. It definitely worked.
That was what he planned for all along. Mission accomplished. Hey! Kei-chan, come over here. We're all playing a game. With strings attached, of course.
Shi-chan, how about you? The rules are simple and it'll be fun.
Should I? I'll just win if I join in, after all. I don't want to ruin my sister's presidential image. Yeah, I'm now irritated, turned around with a glare. What is it, my sister? Should I join in to make this a battle of the siblings? For your sake, I don't think we should. But if you want to... Blah! I won't let you play, Shion. We're leaving you out. Blah! Whoa. Leon just avoided a direct confrontation. It seemed like the twins were completely incompatible with each other.
You won't let her play? I was looking forward to seeing you two face off.
I hate Shion. I'm bad against her. An angry Mion dragged me away. Slide. Do your best. I'll be rooting for you. Go for it, Kei-chan. Yay! Why does everyone keep saying this? Many are saying this.
It's a kill phrase.
Yeah, it's their sleeper agent code. So Shion's currently awakening. Shion waved her hand at us, reveling in the bliss of teasing Mion, and also scanning our fingerprints and identification. Alright. Club activities had begun, which meant I needed to clear my mind. What was today's battle? Today's punishment game. I'd take anything on.
Okay, Gatesy-san, you should prepare yourself. We're going all out today.
Right, bring it on. Satoko or not, I'll crush you all mercilessly.
Rena will profit from your battle and fish herself up a win.
War Profiteer Rena confirmed?
Then I'll get all the manta rays first and ride them to victory.
Okay, wait, hold on. Guys, let's try and guess the game before they say what it is.
Go fish.
Ride the bus.
No, it's like one game you see at carnivals, where like you have a little fishing pole and you put it in the cloak holes, and if you're lucky you pull out a prize.
Shogi.
Anyway.
Dr. Mario.
I'm Shogi.
100% orange juice.
Oh, it's the same aquarium in real life. I get it.
Rika-chan is flat like a manta ray. I want to take you home.
Okay, where can I find Ryukishi? I just want to talk to him. I just want to have a quick conversation with him. Okay, everyone.
President call her a cutting board.
Okay, everyone. We have a lot of people today, so let's play something easy and simple. Today's game is... Okay, we're speedrunning.
Oh, it's Higurashi when they cry.
Oh yeah, today's game is Higurashi when they cry.
That has to be intentional.
Today's game is taking a shit.
Everyone who lost the game, you guys all just lost the game by the way, dropped out
Damn it.
and had to help clean up after the barbecue. That's 2 episodes in a row, I think.
I've never even been allowed to play the game.
Do you
People
know-
keep saying I lost it.
Everyone is playing
Everyone
the
is playing the game at all times. That's the
I'm
first
not.
rule of the game. No,
Yeah, you
whether
are.
you know it or not. So the way you lose the game is if you remember the game exists.
But I always remember it exists.
Okay, then you're
Exactly.
constantly losing. What?
You can't stop losing.
Shion laughed more uproariously
You
than
get
anyone.
tired of winning.
Shion laughed more uproariously than anyone I'd ever heard when she saw my loser face.
Yeah, I just keep winning.
Okay, was my getting bombed out of the game really that funny?
Oh, so the game was Hiroshima.
Man, oh man, Kei-chan's
Tasteful.
face. He was like, how can you still call yourselves human?
No longer human reference? Damn it. I had it all worked out when I bought up the scissors. If only Satoko and Rika-chan hadn't betrayed me.
It was going great while we had maintained a united front. But Sadako had been
Unions
quicker to
reference?
betray me than I her. She was just a tiny bit better than me. Ugh.
I warned you about trusting Hozo. It's like, I'm like,
Tomita-kun and Okamura-kun were unanimously wearing I told you so faces.
Remember, these are I told you so faces. This will be on the test.
Yeah, these are their I told you so faces. Also, it's funny that they're talking about not trusting Sadako.
Oh, they said the
that will come up
Hojos.
later. No, they said Hojo. Anyway.
Okay.
Incidentally, these two were victims of Sadako's traps pretty early on as well.
I was trying to do well enough to make up for you two.
And once again, for the showdown, it didn't matter. Maybe this meant I still couldn't match up to the other members yet. You were going to have the lowest ranked member of the club play a punishment game, weren't you? Shion remarked, as though forcing me to recall something I tried to forget, even for a moment.
Is that right?
Come to think of it, my Marasan, when you came up with a punishment game for the president, you looked really heated up. What on earth did you decide on?
Resident?
Earlier, Mion told me to get an Angel Mort uniform ready. Does that have anything to do with it? She told me to get the biggest size I could find. Tomita-kun and Okamura-kun were giving me these complex, indescribable looks mixing empathy, pity, and the desire to see something scary all at once.
Which happened to be the very same
That's a
as
lot
the I
of
told you so look.
that's a lot of things. Get out of
You
it.
know.
Yeah, these are all in their I told you so looks, by the way. So keep that in your notes.
Ichi's just projecting.
All I could do now was laugh. Strangely enough, the more I laughed, the more I felt like it was actually funny. I lost!
Oh my! My Barasan, what's the matter? You're smiling, crying, and howling.
It's okay. He's just pretending not to like it. He can't hide his excitement at the opportunity to gain valuable experience using the punishment game as an excuse. Right, Star?
What do you mean valuable experience?
She means before she ships you off to Thailand in a crate.
Oh god.
I held my head in my hands in agony. My state of mind could be summed up with a 3-letter word.
Gay.
Fuck.
That's not 3 letters.
It was... sob! Coach gently put his hands on my shoulders. Was he comforting me?
My Barasan. In times where you must accept hardship, just imagine that you're a maid on the receiving end of some strict disciplining. See? Doesn't the hopeless situation seem kind of fun now? Yeah, it's nice, isn't it?
Red in the face and indulging in his imagination, still holding my shoulders, Coach said,
Oh, Master.
and started twirling around like a ballerina. Wonderful. I had to wonder what kind of word associations he had going on in his head. At the very least, it was much different than what was in mine. The first thing that comes to mind when I think of disciplining certainly isn't maids.
Tomita-kun, Okamura-kun, your coach is pretty funny. I'm surprised he can even be a coach.
Same here!
Seems like he should not be allowed within 100 meters of a school zone.
Tomita-kun and Okamura-kun exchanged glances and answered with dry smiles. Then they added that he was a really nice person most of the time, which is something you'd normally say about a person like that.
That's a sentence.
Okay then.
Can't say the same about our government here.
The coach's questionable revolution slowed to a stop, then his expression returned to a clear, calm one, almost making what just happened seem like an illusion. He can switch gears way too fast.
Then let's start cleaning up. Maibara-san, you seem quite strong. Could you bring the plates over to the wash basins and clean them?
Right, on it.
I hoisted the dirty barbecue plates, each with slimy oil clinging to it, and looked for the wash basins. These are heavy. Where are the wash basins? Over there? Figuring I should make it there before my arms gave out, I headed towards it at a trot.
He's a horse now.
Okay, you should be like, no! A lot of the adults who had been
Winnie.
a lot of the adults who had been helping out were using the wash basins, so I gave up and looked for a different set. I asked them, and they told me that there were more right by the assembly hall too, so I decided to head that way.
HEB like stupid and unintimidating horse.
Rather than multiple basins, there was just one faucet there. I initially thought it would be too small to wash plates as big as these, but it would probably still be faster than waiting for a faucet to open up back there. I turned the faucet and water much nicer looking than it gushed forth.
Oh, weird.
No, that makes sense. Have you ever seen like a gross water fountain at school?
That's not what I'm getting at, though.
Oh.
It's just written weird.
I put a plate under the faucet and scrubbed it with my hand to try and rub it clean. It didn't go over very well. Here you go, a sponge and dish soap. You can't wash them with just water. It was Shion. She threw a brand new sponge and a container filled with cleaner to me, except it was actually full of a drug that makes you kill yourself.
Oh, thanks.
You should have just put them by the basins and left it to the grown-ups. You're always doing the right thing. I got the feeling that wasn't quite a compliment. I answered her with a forced smile.
I was surprised to learn you're the manager for the Hinamizawa fighters. I thought you didn't do stuff like that because it's too much of a bother.
Yes, it is quite a bother. That's why I've stopped showing up entirely.
Didn't Coach say he wanted you to come back? You should pay a visit. Once in a while.
If I feel like it, I guess. Shion made it sound like the end of the world could happen before she felt like it. Whoops. I couldn't keep washing dishes while preoccupied with the conversation, so I decided to take my task seriously. Shion neither offered to help nor got in my way. She just quietly watched the water flowing from the faucet. Oh, right, I heard something. You were the star player in yesterday's game, weren't you?
Satoko hit the home run, so I think she was the real star player. I didn't know she had those kinds of reflexes. It surprised me.
She's totally different from Satoshi-kun. There's not much doubt that all the athletic ability in the family went to her. Shion smiled as she spoke, her eyes looking at something far away, betraying her reminiscence.
Satoshi-kun?
Satoko Hojo's older brother. Did you know that Ryukishi likes to repeat himself? You know, Satoshi Hojo-kun. You know, like her older brother. Satoko's older
You know.
brother, Satoshi.
The one who transferred?
Then one named Satoshi Hojo? Oh, right. You just moved here this year, didn't you, Kei-chan? You wouldn't have ever met him. I was a little surprised that Shion knew about Satoshi.
Never met him, but I know a little. After the parents passed away, he transferred to a different school, right?
I avoided saying that he ran away from home, and used the slightly more vague words that everyone else did. Transferred? Who said anything like that? I hadn't realized yet that Shion's tone had changed slightly. Ooh! They're in the sea of LCL, that's why it's all red.
That is LCL is orange.
Well,
Thank
I
you
mean,
very much.
who was it then? Yeah, I heard it from someone that he transferred.
Who? You said that because you asked someone, right?
Who did I ask? I don't really remember. Even so, he transferred, so that's it, right? Not like there's a problem with it.
There is one. Does that mean there's a record of his transfer to another school? And that someone saw it? Or heard about it? Around that time, I not only noticed how awfully caught up on this Shion was, but also how startlingly dangerous her eyes had begun to look.
Shion? What's up? You look really serious.
With that, Shion seemed to realize the expression she was making. She took a deep breath, pretended to fix her hair, and went back to her composed expression from before. Well, I don't know what setting I pressed that made that happen. Don't worry about it. I'm sorry. But Kei-chan, you don't know much about Satoshi-kun, so please don't say that he transferred or anything like that. I'm serious. Please. I realized I must have said something I shouldn't have. But I wasn't immediately sure of what I should apologize for, so I just said one safe word for now. Sorry.
I just sort of heard he transferred and believed it. Was it actually something else?
It was, of course. Preceded by his parents, he had left his sister and run away. But I'd wanted to try and avoid using the words run away, so I pretended not to know. Upon seeing my flustered reply, Shion realized she was intimidating me, and lowered her voice. I'm sorry. I'm not blaming you for anything, Kei-chan. I was being a little harsh. I apologize. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
I didn't really mind.
That was a fib. I was actually a little scared, even. Was there something wrong with saying he ran away? Was there some sort of misunderstanding in saying that he transferred? But before I could ask her, whoops, she turned on her heel to leave.
Hey, Shion.
Right, good luck with those. Looks like your plate is last. That's the last one you need to wash. Her final remark reminded me of the dishes I had so easily forgotten about. So immersed in conversation we were that I got pretty late. I turned the faucet again to get the water flowing faster. Whoosh! I violently scrubbed the plate. When I turned back around, Shion was no longer there. By the time I'd finished washing the plates, most of the other things had been cleaned up. The air had cooled off before I realized it, and as the heat that had stuck with us all day dispersed, a nice breeze started to blow. Wonderful.
Okay, everyone. Can I have your attention?
Coach got everyone together to make his closing remarks. And with that, another fun day drew to its close. In the end, Mion ended the game with a magnificent victory. Satoko and Rika-chan, who had labored so hard to betray me, had fallen into a huge trap afterwards, leaving them frustrated about more than a few things.
People who betray others will one day be betrayed themselves. Never been more true, huh?
You're not the one I want to hear that from, Casey-san.
Rena didn't fall for anyone's tricks. That's how I got second. Second!
Rena doesn't buy into lies very easily. She has a sharp wit, and an even sharper butcher axe.
She also works down at the precinct with Oishi-san. You should go meet up with her. I'm surprised.
Actually, she's slated to succeed Oishi as the chief detective.
I'm surprised. She seems like she would fall for the first lie to come her way. Funny you should say that, Kei-chan. You desired to prey upon others, and right away you became the prey instead. Make sure you don't fall for those dumb schemes that promise higher returns the more friends you rope in, okay?
Yeah. I'll try
Multi-level
harder.
marketing arc.
God, I hope so.
Yeah, men loving men arc.
Even good friends will lay traps mercilessly and betray everyone in sight once they get into a serious enough game. But despite that, once it's all over, they can feel refreshed and laugh together. It reminded me of how we were all such great friends.
Such great friends.
Just the best of chums. Yes.
Anyways,
yes.
I'm looking forward to Casey-san's punishment game. However, can you really implement such a thing? I would think the store manager would have a thing or two to say about it, no?
I wonder. Maybe Keiichi-kun will be really cute. Cute. I kind of want to see how.
Rena, please go back into the closet.
No, I think she's onto something here.
No, we're
You're
pushing her
really
back
giving
into
it your
the
all.
closet.
Let her cook, guys. Let her cook.
No.
This is the straightest she's been in like the entire chapter.
No, I mean like an actual physical closet.
Oh.
And we'll just
I
like
am
lock her in
my
there
seat.
for a few hours.
I'm edging my seat, Keiichi. I'll trip him up and make him wipe the floor.
Whoa!
Wipey.
Wipey!
Howie, you go.
Wipey!
Howie ho.
Wipey, wipey.
Wipey!
It all comes back to Wipey. Ah,
Bravo,
Wipey
Ryukishi.
would be great.
Peak. Peak wipey moment.
Why couldn't I win now of all times? Whenever I think I'll definitely win today, and that I'll make someone else play the punishment game, I lose.
When we're done with this, we need
Is
to
it-
make the wipey moments in Higurashi compilation.
Oh,
Is it
God.
not enough? Do I not
No
believe
way.
hard enough in victory?
Top
The
10
wipey highlights reel.
Oh god.
Oh, the wailing of the loser tastes like sweet honey.
How sad. How sad. Pat, pat.
Wait, did she just use her own narration? What the heck?
Powerful.
I am the narrator now, Keiichi.
This is how you get stronger, Keiichi-kun. It's like I'm looking at Mii-chan from last year.
Mii-chan last year? What, did she always lose and moan about it in the past? Yes. How very interesting. I didn't know our undefeated president, Mion, was once like that. I already did. No need to talk about that! Mion hastily covered Rena's mouth. Everyone watching burst out laughing. Finally, Rika-chan pulled on Satoko's sleeve.
Okay, we should be going soon.
Oh, yes, we must go shopping for dinner, mustn't we?
Also, go listen to Huey Lewis in the news. In my new raincoat.
Yeah, we're inviting Takano-san over to Dorsia.
What?
How'd you get the tickets?
She has a reservation. She has a reservation at Dorsia. Do you get it, guys? It's a reference.
Yeah, but a reference to what, though? I need you to explain.
Okay, so there's this movie. It's called American Psycho.
We're getting
right?
derailed.
And
2002.
And Christian Bale is in it.
Sigma Bale.
Okay, anyway, let's move on. I wanted to keep talking about American Psycho like this forever. But it was getting late. We split up with Satoko and Rika-chan, you know, after splitting them up into several pieces. And scattering them across the deserts of Egypt.
Please.
We split up with Satoko and Rika-chan and decided to get on our way home. Alright, bye. See you tomorrow at school. Everyone waved to each other and split up for the short time between now and tomorrow. Let's look for clues.
Okay. Let's go.
We began walking down the tall staircase leading from the shrine grounds of High Hrothgar. As the sun started to set, the afternoon's heat began to disappear as though it were never there. Just listening to the chorus of the Higurashi take a shit was enough to make me forget about how hot it had been today.
Shit-taking weather.
Come to think of it, it's still June, huh? No, it's actually not that. It's still April. We didn't have a rainy season at all this year. Like, all of a sudden, it's just summer, you know?
You know, the fact that it's June explains a lot about Keiichi's behavior.
Does it? Does it? I don't know that it does.
It means he's a Pisces or whatever.
Think about it.
That's
think about
Cancer, not Pisces.
That's Cancer. No. I wasn't talking about it. I wasn't talking about
the rainy season.
No. Soggy said that Keiichi's a Pisces, but if he was born in June, that would be Cancer.
You're Cancer.
All I know about astrology is Binding of Isaac.
Okay, you should get a mod that, like, it gives all of them descriptions of the months they're associated.
Hey, just give it, instead of the description of the item, it's just the exact dates.
Okay, anyway. Now that I thought about it, she was right. We should move the fuck along already. It was June, the season of long rain, of hydrangeas and snails. I haven't seen a real rainy season since transferring here. According to the weather forecast, it's supposed to get more rainy during the first part of the week. They were warning people about heavy showers.
A heavy rain, even.
Oh god, no.
Sean! Jason.
Jason!
Sean. I hope it doesn't run into Watanagashi.
That's right. The rainy season's supposed to be rainy. Rena likes all the rain in the rainy season.
Did you guys know? Were you guys
It rains in
aware
the
that Ryukishi likes to repeat himself?
Hey bro, I heard you like rain, so I put some rain in your rainy season so you can rain while you rain.
What? So much rain just makes me depressed. Hey, Kei-chan.
Huh? Huh?
I was a little spaced out, so I was late in answering Mion. Funnily enough, I think you were actually early on that one. I was thinking back to my conversation with her sister.
How can I be early?
Because you're not a wizard.
It's written in real time. When I said that Satoshi transferred, Shion clearly got angry. She was mad at me for saying something so careless. I mean, it may have been a vague way of skirting around the fact that he ran away from home. But I don't think it was so bad that Shion should need to feel bad about it. I wasn't really satisfied with it. I felt like a child, completely ignorant of what he was being scolded for. So my thoughts spilled out of my mouth in a very direct fashion.
Satoko had a brother, right? Named Satoshi, I think?
What?
As soon as I said the name Satoshi, Rena and Mion both lost that relaxed, comfortable mood and made strange expressions. Should I have avoided talking about this? That's what they made me think. But I've already said it, so that's that. And I'd be lying if I said I wasn't interested.
What happened to Satoshi again? Did he move away?
That was such a transparent way of putting it. But in my desire to know everything, I feigned ignorance. Mion turned around and looked to Rena for assistance. Rena looked between us, then quietly and softly spoke.
Wait, did we not tell you? He transferred out.
When I said those words to Shion, she got upset. So I answered her with the same words Shion had given me.
Transferred. Who told you something like that?
Huh?
I had only intended to borrow Shion's words, but I said it exactly the same way she had, right down to the thorns in my voice. When I realized what I had done, I immediately tried to soften my remark.
If he really transferred, there would be records of it at school and stuff, right? But is there actually anything like that?
Mion and Rena, their eyes grew wide. They were at a loss for words. I started to feel like I was doing something really bad. I thought they were only hiding the fact that Satoko's older brother ran away out of consideration for her.
I'm not trying to blame you for anything, okay? I just want to ask what happened to Satoshi. That's all.
I wasn't trying to blame them. The fact that I had to remind them even looked like I was tormenting them with an impossible question. No, maybe I was actually bullying them. Maybe I had lashed out of them in retaliation for Shion getting mad at me.
He had lashed out from inside of them.
This whole day had been so much fun, but now... Why did I go and say something that made all of that meaningless? I couldn't help but feel my regret at my own careless curiosity. That's enough. Let's drop it now. As I was about to say that, Mion spoke up. Well, it's not like we were hiding it, or lying. I hope you understand that's not what we were trying to do. Mion's tone conveyed her genuine awkwardness. They sounded like the excuses of a child who'd been presented with evidence of her own mischief. Satoshi, well... He didn't transfer schools. Wow, so they're just gonna tell him outright, and he was freaked out the whole of Chapter 1 that no one was talking to him about Satoshi.
To be fair, they weren't
Wonderful.
talking about Satoshi then.
No, they were a lot. Rena kept repeatedly saying, I'll tell you about what you want to know about Satoshi.
It's not true.
She directly
Rena kept
said
saying,
that.
"Oh, you're just like Satoshi."
No, she also directly said that she would give him information. Anyway. Mion said, resigning herself. But I felt bad for pushing her to say that. So, it's okay, Mion. Let's stop talking about Satoshi. Sorry for teasing you. I wanted to apologize. But right before that...
He won't come back.
What?
Unlike Mion's stammered reply, Rena was extremely clear and resolute.
He won't come back? What?
He won't come back home. Ever since that day.
He won't come back? That was a very strange way of putting it. Almost like this was some kind of murder mystery. Normally you would say he hadn't come back yet. At least, I thought you'd only say it like Rena did, if he wasn't capable of coming back. You wouldn't say it like that when talking about someone who ran away from home.
What do you mean, he won't come back? Where did Satoshi go?
Don't know.
Rena's word choice felt very cold to me. It was so cold that I couldn't muster a response right away. Well, she's right. After that day, Satoshi hasn't returned home. Mia noticed the deadlock between us. Whoa, just like the hit game by Valve, noticed the deadlock between us and hurriedly followed up on what Rena had said. Well, that is, everyone in the village searched for him, and we even got the police to help us look. And, well, they started thinking that maybe he ran away.
They started thinking he maybe ran away?
When running away from home, I thought you were supposed to leave a note or something. So when Satoshi ran away, he would probably have left some kind of letter apologizing to Satoko. That was just kind of what I figured. But from the way Mion was talking, it seemed a little different than just running away from home. The police did an investigation. Satoshi had been earning money at a part-time job, and had put some aside. And they learned that on the day he vanished, he withdrew it all. And then, at Nagoya Station or something, they spotted someone who looked a lot like Satoshi. He withdrew all his savings to fund his escape from home. Was that it? It seemed consistent enough to me. But before I could say anything...
I think that's a lie. Satoshi-kun wouldn't run away. Didn't run away.
Declared Rena shortly. I like how she's saying this right after the other characters just said, yeah, Rena's great at spotting lies.
Detective in training.
Hey, wait. So if he didn't transfer schools or move away, and he didn't run away from home, then what on earth?
Stop it, Rena. Mion whispered to her. Rena, however, continued without interruption. And then she said this.
Because it was Oyashiro-sama's curse.
Huh? A curse?
It took some time before I understood what Rena meant by that. Mion clicked her tongue and shook her head a little.
Satoshi talked to me before he disappeared. He said someone was watching him, stalking him. They even followed him home. He told me that when he went to bed, they were standing there at his bedside, looking down at him.
Stop it, Rena.
It's a portent of Oyashiro-sama's curse. There's no doubt. I think somewhere deep down, Satoshi-kun was probably thinking about abandoning Hinamizawa and running away. And Oyashiro-sama wouldn't allow that.
I said, stop it.
Oyashiro-sama is the guardian deity of Hinamizawa. He would never allow anyone to abandon Hinamizawa and run away. I apologized for it, but Satoshi-kun probably didn't. It must have been Oyashiro-sama's curse.
Oyashiro-sama's curse?
I hadn't intended to repeat it, but the words came out of my mouth anyway. Oyashiro-sama's curse.
The police may have said he ran away, but I don't believe it. I won't believe it. Not ever. It's just a lie told by the self-important people in the village who don't want to admit it was the curse. And whether or not you believe in Oyashiro-sama's curse, it's...
Wham! Mion struck Rena in the head. And not in a joking way, either. I told you to give it a rest, didn't I? I try to be nice, but you're pushing me to my limits. Pushing her to her limits? Actually, there was plenty of displeasure and anger in Mion's face at that moment. For a few moments after being hit, Rena looked astonished. Perhaps the voices of the Higurashi calmed her frantic mind, because after a little while, she regained her original calm expression. We arrived at the place we always split up with Mion. No one said a word until we got there. The voices of the Higurashi just tortured our ears with their buzzing. We'd always split up with Mion here, leaving just Rena and me. Hey, Kei-chan, didn't I promise to lend you some manga? Wanna come over real quick? Huh? She promised that? However, I quickly realized it was a convenient way of saying she wanted to talk to me alone.
Oh, I see. Okay, then Rena will go home.
Maybe she realized it, maybe she didn't. She's a way better detective than you, I think she realized it. Thankfully, Rena quickly said she'd go home before us, because she was terrified of Mion giving her another bitch slap. Bye, Rena. See you tomorrow.
Yep. See you tomorrow. Keiichi-kun, don't be too much of a bother now. It's already evening.
I'm just going to borrow a few books. See ya.
Considering the fun day we had, it was a very insipid, lonely parting. Hey, don't worry too much about before. After a little while, Mion finally spoke. Quite some time had passed since splitting up with Rena.
No, I'm not really. I think it was my fault anyway.
We weren't trying to hide anything about Satoshi. It's just one of those things that we shouldn't mention, you know? At this point, I understood exactly what she meant by that. No, you didn't. You didn't understand shit, Keiichi.
He
What were you
understands
saying
everything.
just earlier about...
He actually just solved the entire mystery.
Oh my god.
It was zombies the whole time.
Oh my... okay.
Hate, what were you saying just earlier about them being forthcoming with information now?
This isn't AnswerWorks. So it doesn't count. Anyway. Judging by our odd interactions with Rena, I understood so well it hurt! Keiichi, why do you keep saying this?
He just understands.
He finally
so
figured
he's
out
a
the
knower
mystery
now.
of Umineko.
He's a knower now.
Listen, I know I'm probably not any better than Keiichi, but like, come on. Come on. Keiichi.
That's some theories that are worse.
That I shouldn't ever talk about it again. Actually, if that's the case, then with Shion too. No, this is a bigger problem. Talking about it in the first place had been indiscreet. I shouldn't have been interested in it at all. But that's why I really had to think about it. About why everyone got so irritated. Idiot! Stop this, Keiichi Maibara! It's almost like somebody scribbling into the margins of the pages. It was almost as if. By the time I tried to warn myself, I had accidentally spoken already.
I won't ask ever again. So could you tell me honestly? What on earth happened to Satoshi? He ran away, right?
For a long time, Mion remained silent. But finally, unable to endure it any longer, she began to speak timidly. Have you ever heard about Oyashiro-sama's curse?
Do you know Yashiro-sama?
Yes, Hinamizawa.
Just a little bit.
I got the gist of it. I only overheard someone in class talking about it, though. Oyashiro-sama was the name of the deity protecting Hinamizawa that they worship at the shrine we had the barbecue at today. And a few years ago, when they started talking about flooding Hinamizawa as part of the dam project, one of the people who worked on site died or something.
Or something.
I'm sorry, just the way it's worded is funny.
He vaporized, but he was still alive.
He died somehow. We have no possible way of knowing how that happened. And people blame it on
maybe one day
Oyashiro-sama's
someone
curse.
will know.
That's how it was. Satoshi's dead parents. They were proponents of the dam project.
Oh? Wasn't everyone in the village against it? Why would they support the project if they lived here?
The dam project that would flood the entirety of Hinamizawa. I'd heard the village all got together to fight that terrible project, but it was a little hard to believe there were villagers who were supporting it. Well, there was a lot of stuff going on, but not everyone agreed to stand up to the dam proposal. Satoshi's parents were basically the leaders of those who were all for it.
Leaders of the ones for it. Satoko and Satoshi's parents?
Yeah. The government had gathered a lot of compensation money to exchange for the construction of the dam. There were plenty of people who agreed with the proposal because they wanted the money. Aside from a few households, Hinamizawa was, in general, not very affluent. And not because they were proud to inherit the land of their ancestors. It wouldn't be strange if some people wanted enough money to start a new life. But even in that case, they would have had to have hesitate to say so, given the situation. It just happened to be Satoko and Satoshi's parents who understood that and stood up to be the representative. By that standard, you might say that Satoko and Satoshi's parents were very heroic. They volunteered to be hated, all to help those without much money who didn't have a voice. And then, their parents had bad luck. They died in an accident on the day of the festival honoring Oyashiro-sama. So people started to think, maybe it had been Oyashiro-sama's curse. I thought back to what Coach told me today. They went to a nature park on a family outing. and fell from a cliff.
So, people thought even Satoshi running away from home was because of Oyashiro-sama's curse.
Well, yeah. Basically. It was a bit of an evasive reply, but I felt it was wrong to ask any further, so I didn't press her for details. I don't think I need to explain this, but for Satoko, her parents' accident and Satoshi running away, and all the business about Oyashiro-sama's curse, none of it's a very happy story, you know? Yeah, of course I knew. I could only nod silently. That's why we're not mentioning anything about Satoko's family. Even if somebody asks about Satoshi, we just lie and say he transferred schools. You can understand why, right? They wanted to protect Satoko's happiness, her smile. As someone who thought that way once, even for a short time, I really did regret having been imprudent enough to broach the subject to begin with.
Yeah, I get it. I'm sorry I asked something so careless.
When she heard that, Mion smiled, seeming a little relieved. With that understanding, thinking that I should get going, I began to make my way home. I could really have stopped by Mion's house, but it was already late. I'd stop by again the next time I had the chance.
Bye then, Mion. Sorry about today. See you tomorrow.
Yeah. Goodbye. We waved to each other. Then, suddenly remembering something, Mion called out to me. Kei-chan! One more thing. Not only around Satoko, could you keep quiet about Satoshi with Rena, too?
Huh?
I think you realized earlier, but for some reason, when it comes to Oyashiro-sama's curse, she gets extremely serious. Ever since she transferred here. Yeah, judging by how Rena was acting earlier, it was clearly no laughing matter to her. Mion had interrupted the conversation for us, but if Mion hadn't been here, what might have happened? Gee, I fucking wonder. You guys have any idea?
I have
So-
no possible clue.
It's not like this is happening.
It might be the
before.
hardest mystery yet.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, this is the first Kalpa.
Yeah, this is the first one, so maybe we'll see more about it in the future.
Why would Rena be so serious about it?
Not only Rena either, but Shion too. I don't know. Rena is... Oh, this is a secret, okay? If you tell anyone, we're not friends anymore. Mion emphasized this as her expression clouded even further.
I won't tell. What's this about Rena?
She says she's been a victim of Oyashiro-sama's curse before.
Huh?
Well, it may sound mean, but I think it might be a bad case of persecution complex, or some kind of wrong assumption. But she says so herself, so I believe her. If I poke fun at it, she gets pretty upset. Rena jokes around all the time, but she's really scary when she's mad.
I get it. Don't talk about it in front of Rena, right? About Satoshi.
Yeah. If possible, I think we shouldn't talk about this ever again. For her sake. And for Satoko's. And for everyone else's, too. And, if I must say, for your own sake too, Kei-chan. With her silence, Mion made sure that I knew that.
Yeah. Okay. I got it.
Thanks. Saying only that, she waved her hand and began walking away. I watched her go, a little dazed, and then started walking myself. Sadako's older brother, Sadashi. Had he run away from home? Or had he been a victim of the curse and disappeared forever? Whichever the case, none of this was anything I should have asked about. The cooling air forced me into self-reflection. I wanted Sadako to smile. Yet, my curiosity easily defeated me, and I frivolously tried to step into the dark side of things in a joking way. I'm shameful. I wanted today to be exactly like yesterday. I wanted tomorrow to be just as fun as today, too. So why did I go and do something like that? We were having a blast at the baseball game yesterday. And today, we had a blast at the big barbecue party, too. It was a lot of fun. But then I went and almost nullified all of those fun times. I would have to be more careful starting tomorrow. I would put all this unpleasant stuff behind me forever. Like hell, I'm gonna let my enjoyable life end because of how careless I was today. But the more I thought that I'd be more careful starting tomorrow. The more I couldn't get rid of the ominous thought that I had already put an end to those enjoyable days with what I'd just done. Hey, wait. Calm down, Keiichi Maibara. The gears of destiny are freaking gigantic, aren't they? What happened just now is trivial. It doesn't make any sense to think my life would be totally different starting tomorrow. But even though I understood it logically, the mist in my heart wasn't going to fade until tomorrow turned out to be just as fun as today. I have these vague memories of, how do I say this, previous kalpas.
One might even call it a reading Steiner.
Oh my fucking
God.
god.
But he
I'm
didn't
acting
translate
weird.
this.
I'm thinking a little too much about that conversation.
Yeah, it's totally weird to overthink conversations about people's dead friends. I wish tomorrow would come already. I wanted it to make me understand how absurd my insignificant doubts really were. Please, please let me be right. Let the uncle show up, please, please. I want to be right so bad.
Surely he won't show up for the sole purpose of kicking Keiichi's ass.
Oh, that would be awesome. He's like, I'm gonna beat you up, and then I'm gonna beat Sadako up if I win, to get motivation. And then they
This is uncle is so
Virgil
antagonist.
from Devil May Cry.
No, listen. The other club members set up like a cage match for them.
It's a fight club.
Yeah, and basically he's gonna beat the guy. Anyway.
I want to beat the guy.
I want to beat the guy
It's
as
gonna be
well.
Tepe?
Huh? Anyway.
No, Tetsuo from Akira.
He's gonna beat the guy. That was my main point. I was thinking about putting on a kettle because I kind of want some tea. I had a lot of fun drinking tea and reading Umineko, so maybe this will give me the same experience. Also, I'm kind of thirsty, and I need to go refill some water when we get to the next chapter break. Anyway, the night was long. I have been narrating like non-stop, so yeah. Except for all the stops we made. Don't worry about those. Alright, so is everybody ready for tomorrow to be just as fun?
Exactly, yeah.
The Slacking Manager. Copy of the preliminary autopsy. East Round 3! Yeah!
Oh yeah, East Round 3. You love to hear it.
Yes! The Slacking Manager. Okay, wait, actually, hold on. I'm actually gonna back out of this tip. I wanna go put the kettle on now, because I am a little thirsty. Be right back.
Good luck with your inteen.
Give me like 5 minutes, and I'll just put her on like keep warm.
But yeah, as I was saying before we started, I can't wait for him to nerf Chef.
He's had it too good for too long.
He can
Honestly.
sometimes kill stage 1 bosses quickly. Nerf him.
He can also sometimes kill stage 2 imps quickly.
Hell yeah.
He can
too
sometimes. It's even no. It gets even worse. He can sometimes kill stage 3 enemies at all.
I think
like,
that might be taking it a bit
there's
too
this-
far.
There's this massive glitch where you can pick up the heresy items as him and make him objectively better in every single possible way.
I wish they brought over the fucking like ult upgrade item from the first game.
I barely played the first one. I've liked the
Oh,
second one
you were
exponentially better.
missing out.
I don't like side scrollers. I'm sorry.
The first one is honestly it is like worse as a game, but as like a gaming experience, the second one is such a downgrade. This like the soundtrack really makes and breaks Risk of Rain 2.
I don't like the side scroller type games, and I didn't like how they like zoomed out. It felt.
Wait, am I an idiot?
You can change the
I just
zoom.
realized
you
I'm
can
an
change
idiot.
The
I forgot to
zoom
say
scale.
like a fucking dumbass. Hold on, chapter jump. Okay, good. Thank God. This is salvageable.
No, Risk of Rain 1's maps are
They're fun.
really bad.
It's not too terrible, except for the occasional maps where you can just fall through the ground, just randomly.
Okay. Just outside of falling out of the ground, if you're not playing at like the absolute minimum level of zoom, then it's really terrible to find your way around. Because the maps are gigantic.
Oh yeah, by the way,
really agree?
guys, so my kettle has like a setting that just keeps it on for like half an hour, so I'm gonna be back for that tea later.
Okay.
Alright, anyway, let's do the slacking manager.
My favorite dance move.
Shion-san, why don't you help out a little?
Are you asking a girl to carry something heavy? This is why you still haven't found a nice lady at your age, Coach. From Left 4 Dead 2.
I read that as a nice lady your age.
Yeah, he wouldn't be into that.
No, the issue is because it would be his age, he wouldn't be into it.
Exactly.
Yeah, this
that's-
one's a little too old for him. I almost
Well,
said for
you
her.
see, at times like these, here's what people say. It's none of your business.
He was loading the station wagon with heaps of equipment we'd used for today's barbecue meeting. All the fathers and sons who had helped were starting to get on their way.
All right. So, Shion-san, why did you come all the way here? If you rode here on your bike, I can give you a lift.
I did, but I'll be fine riding back. I appreciate your consideration.
I was glad you came today. Things don't quite fit together without the manager here.
Am I still the manager? I've been shirking my duty for an entire year, so maybe you should just fire such an incompetent manager already.
All right. If you say you want to quit, then I'll fire you whenever you want.
Ugh, that's not fair. Let me go soon, please. Every time I don't show up at a game, I get an annoying phone call, and I can't stand those.
If you were more honest with yourself, Shion-san, you'd be far cuter. Your father is so sad. Where did he go so wrong as to deserve such a rebellious daughter? Oh, perhaps if your father catches you in a big, loving embrace, you'll open your eyes. Well then, don't mind if I do.
Oh, no.
Come here.
Please,
No.
please, no more. Please stop. Coach was fooling around with all his might, but Shion just smiled into the distance without responding. Nothing's changed. You're still a weirdo, Coach, and everyone's still as lively as ever.
Even though Satoshi-kun isn't here. Is that what you wanted to say? He'll come home. I'm sure of it. He has someone waiting for him.
Say whatever you want.
He sure is cruel, isn't he? Going off to who knows where, leaving such a cute girlfriend behind.
Girlfriend? Who? Who? Huh? Jeez. Quit laughing already. Coach! Coach bent over and laughed heartily for a little while.
We'll see each other again. Please come and root for us once in a while. Okay?
If I feel like it. I have no desire to be the manager anymore, after all.
That's fine. If you don't like it, I'll fire you. Not the kind of person who likes forcing people to do things against their will.
Okay, fine, fine. I'm sorry. You win this round. If I feel like it, I'll come root for you, so for today, just be patient.
Whoops! That time already? It's past time to return all this. I'm already making them wait for me. I'll be leaving for today, then. Let's meet again at the next game.
It's past time for me to return all my murder equipment. Yes, if I feel like it. Goodbye, Coach, from Left 4 Dead 2. Alright, next up. We've got copy of the preliminary autopsy. I'm gonna assume this is for that woman, probably?
Yeah, from
It
the
would make sense.
very beginning.
Does anybody want to take this?
The autopsy suggests the victim was killed in the following manner. 1. Entire body found in restraints.
Ooh, that's not
Traces
good.
left behind from when the body seemed to have been bound indicated uses of a specific restraining table rather than rope or another common method. Finger joints on either hand appear to have been bound especially tightly. Highly likely that the table was either specifically made or homemade given this information. 2. Both ears and nose severed with a sharp blade. Traces of the restraint and other things seem to suggest that there was at least one more other than the one who severed these body parts holding down the victim's head. Possible that multiple blades were used, with one of them most likely being scissors or shears. 3. 5 nails penetrated... Wait, what? 5 nails penetrated fingers on each hand. 1 long nail stuck in each joint of each finger on each hand, for a total of 30. The deceased fingers were nailed to wooden planks 20 square centimeters large, extremely likely that these planks were part of this restraining table. In addition, it is likely that the table was originally designed for just such a purpose. 4. Abdomen incised, intestines removed. Oh, like a vampire. The incision in the abdomen is likely to have been a technique grounded in medical methodology using a sharp blade.
I don't think vampires usually do that.
It happens. Estimated that there was still no threat to the victim's life at this stage. After this, the organ inside the incision were dismantled and removed. The victim likely died as a result of this process. 5. Body disposed. After fastening a dumbbell to the victim's neck using a commercial pet collar, the victim was likely abandoned in the Uji River's third drain.
Interesting method.
Judging by the dumbbell's weight, it's highly possible that they would have needed at least 3 grown men to have disposed of the body. To Oishi-san. Here's a copy of the preliminary autopsy of the slaughtered corpse in the Uji River. Chief Shigeharu sees this as having a possible relation to the S group. What are your thoughts, Oishi-san? The S group.
Gee, I wonder what that could stand for.
Maybe the S stands for...
Sex.
Satoko.
Yeah.
Sorry?
Excuse me?
Hang on.
I don't think I was mentally prepared for you to say that. Let's move on
Say
to
what?
East
It's
Round
kind of
3,
on you.
guys. Let's move
Say
on.
what?
It's him!
There it is. Ron. 3 Chun, 3 Dora. Mangan with 150 or with 1,500 extra. I can count.
What? What's up with that? How do you have 3 Dora? You Dora bombed it, didn't you?
What did Playman call it?
Who wants forensic
You
investigator?
idiot. You're the one who flipped over another Kandora when you knew Oishi was in Tenpai. That's what you get.
Getting more Dora was the only thing I could do after revealing the Chun. You can't discard a Dora tile after a Yakuhai is out.
That's true. Oishi grinned meaningfully as his buddies, swearing, began breaking down the walls and reforming them.
Oh my god, they're in Berlin.
Just so everyone's clear, that, like, you have a thing called a wall in Mahjong. They're not literally destroying the building and rebuilding it.
Oh,
They're actually rebuilding the building for the next round.
No,
of
I thought they were just. I thought they were like punching holes in the walls and then they were just like putting tape over them or
No,
something.
no, a wall.
Fuck cubicles!
No,
a
no,
wall,
they're
just think of a wall as like a collection of
They're-
tiles.
They're reforming them.
I-
They're reforming them by
The
using
fucking Tyler
crazy
wanting the
diamonds.
police.
There was like a hilarious mental image of just a bunch of cops just like punching holes in the walls and repairing them over Mahjong.
I just wanted to
Police
make sure
brutality.
everyone was clear. That's not what's happening. Anyway,
Police brutality on the building.
who wants to be Koyama?
By the way,
Tomiyama.
Oishi-san, identified her yet?
What? Ah, mutilated body in the drainage channel. And the new leads come up.
Yes, well, you'll have to find proof yourself, though.
Fuck you, Oishi. Give me the deets.
You really something. Who was deceased?
Rina Mamiya. Actual name, Ritsuko.
Wait, Ritsuko? Like from
Yeah, she's from Evangelion.
Yo! Apparently she worked for the Blue Mermaid, a hostess bar on Shishibone Flower Road.
Damn, that's canonical to Evangelion.
Wait, didn't the Somnium Files also have like a bar? Wasn't it called the Blue Mermaid? I forgot. Anyway,
Something like that, yeah. That's a nasty place. A young leader of the Sonozaki owns it, yeah?
oh yeah, that's me.
Sonozaki. Whoops. So it's related to the S group. That mountain will be tough to scale.
What did this look like in the original? Like, I just need to. Oh yeah, it's
Same
just-
thing. Just
Except
people
I like
there.
there's just a guy there.
There's several guys. Rumors say the deceased had been dipping into the Sonozaki's protection money, and on a pretty significant scale too, from what I've heard.
A woman getting her hands on the protection money. Sounds like a man's behind it. Not a lot of women do that sort of thing themselves.
Hey, women can do crimes.
Well, he's dead anyway. The body just hasn't been found yet.
About that, Oishi-san, are cohabitants apparently alive? I'm sorry, I got a little excited.
Alive? Maybe he'll die soon. Vermin usually exterminate other vermin. I think we have a very nice self-cleansing system going on.
Oishi, I don't like you very much. Anyway, her man.
Wow, wow, wow.
It's, well... Oh, that's what you meant. It's, well, Tepe Hojo. Okay, well... It's happening.
Scary noises.
And there's scary noises. It's great.
Who's that?
Tepe Hojo, the husband of the housewife who was beaten to death last year in Hinamizawa. I heard he disappeared after the incident, though. I get it. He was staying at his lover's place, huh? Scoring while he hid from the investigation.
And so the Sonozakis grow ever more suspicious.
He's been building up a Yakuman in the shadows.
Where is he now?
Oh wait, that was me, right. I always get confused on who's voicing Bear Guy. He was living in a woman's apartment. He must have thought she abandoned him, so he's been searching around shops and other gathering places. Wait, so they just didn't tell him? Why didn't they tell him? That's a little concerning.
To be fair, it seems like they had only just recently found out the identity and whatnot.
Okay, well hopefully I don't have to skip a bunch of stuff to get back to where I was. There we go. This would have been the next scene, right? Surely.
Go forward, we'll see.
Morning, Keiichi. My, what time did you go to sleep?
12 o'clock, noon. I did not sleep well at all last night. I did not sleep well last night at all. My bad.
Minor word order mistake. Execute him.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Strangle him.
I'm sorry.
Teleport him to the woods.
My
Give
mother
him the zombie
could-
disease that makes him kill himself.
Put nails through his finger joints.
No, please! Don't put nails through my finger joints!
You don't need them.
My mother could tell from a single glance what the solution to this mystery was. I had the worst
Have you considered the
dreams.
drug that makes you kill yourself?
Oh, no, I have not considered that. Thank you, Mommy. Sorry, I mean...
You better be sorry. Holy shit.
For the record, I'm not sorry. That was on purpose. Just in case you forgot. Just in case you guys forgot, I'm gay, so... No, that
And
was
he can
not an
legally say
accident.
mommy.
If you ever hear me say mommy, understand that it's on purpose. Anyway, I had the worst dreams. Nightmares. Very ominous dreams. One after the other. Again and again. Of the different Kalpas. But it was probably
Playing
nothing.
Chef and Risk of Rain 2.
I woke up after each one. But
Woke?
could never remember even a fraction of what they had been about.
I can't believe Casey's gone woke now, guys.
But it was
I
like
guess he
those...
has to die.
It was like those dreams were predicting something unpleasant, almost as if they were of previous Kalpas that I had lived through. And I woke up in a terrible mood,
Well, you
almost
died
as
to
if
him.
I was trapped in some kind of time loop. Hey now, every day has been calm and fun before today, right? Those days should continue on, unchanging. And yet, anxiety was the only emotion growing within me. Why was that? Nightmares reflect your own anxiety. They show an uneasy mind which you wouldn't admit to normally. Yesterday, I remembered the ominous conversations about Satoshi I had with Shion, Mion, and Rena. Right. My mind felt like it was in a black fog, because we had talked about that. If I'd lived every day without causing a fuss, my reward would be ever more peaceful days. I understood that. So why did I cause such discord? Don't Don't say whatever you're about to say, please.
Ping. Everyone ping.
Like Skype.
But now that I had thought about it calmly, a simple verbal slip on my part couldn't possibly change the world. Yeah.
My final message.
As long as I'm sorry for doing it, and never talk about it again, there's nothing that anyone could blame me for, right?
He must never team speak of it again.
Besides, how would my fate possibly change just because I talked about that? Nothing was going to change. Yeah.
Nothing would ever happen.
Nothing would change. Nothing would change. Nothing would change.
That's a creepy smile. If you're still half asleep, then go wash your face.
I love that everyone is saying Keiichi is being creepy now. That's great. This is a really good sign, guys. I finally cheered up enough to smile, and Mom slapped me right back down. Now I was irritated again. There wasn't much time left before I had to meet up with Rena. I frantically started to get ready to go to school.
Have a good day. Watch out for cars.
Mom, it's not like there'll be any cars that try to run over us. Come on.
There's barely any cars to watch out for in Hinamizawa, anyway.
Yeah, there's
Real-time
barely any, so it was almost as if a truck being there would be unusual.
There's no trucks to get isekai'd by.
I dashed out the front door. The
Right
morning...
in front of an ongoing truck.
Yeah, and then I got ran over, and I got,
Resurrected as a zombie.
resurrected
zombie
as a
idol.
zombie idol. Well, it wasn't another world, it was the same world, but you get the idea. The morning air was far more refreshing than the water on my face. That's right, Keiichi Maibara. If you're sorry enough about it, and reflect upon your mistakes, that's enough. Now let's pull yourself together and get to school. And return to fun, enjoyable days. Where everyone laughs, plays, and just has a good time. I'll go get my tea after this chapter is over, by the way. And I'll be nice to Satoko as an apology, too. Yeah.
Will you share the tea with Satoko? That's the real question.
I could just make her own mug of tea. I mean, it's just cheap bag tea. Anyway. Yeah. Wasn't I supposed to be her Nini until Satoshi got back?
Good morning, Keiichi-kun.
Rena, too, looked nothing like she had yesterday when she said that weird stuff. Just like that weird stuff that Neon said at one point. He really is writing in real time. If I could only forget, then I could still act like nothing had happened. So I called out to her with all the energy I could muster.
Hey! Morning, Rena. Early as usual today.
There we go.
Snooping as usual today.
Snooping as usual today, I see.
Morning. Good morning.
Good morning.
There was little time before the same old morning homeroom began. But Sadako and Rika-chan were unusually absent! Fascinating. Maybe they went to play somewhere? God, I hope not.
What do you think of Huey Lewis in the news, Satoko?
Rika, shut up and pass me that hatchet. However, looking over and seeing none of their things. So it looked like they really hadn't come to school.
They're almost never late.
Rena seemed to be enjoying herself, thinking about what their excuse for being late would be. Neon said something nonsensical as well, imagining how funny the reason they were late must have been. Oh, this is gonna be great in a moment.
It's gonna be a big funny.
Yeah, it's gonna be hilarious, guys. I had only come to school to see their energetic faces, since I figured it would get rid of these feelings I have. But the load on my chest remained where it was. It wasn't very pleasant at all.
Good morning, everyone. President, if you would.
Everybody stand up! Our teacher finally arrived. Then, finally, I heard the pitter-patter of footsteps running down the hall. Clatter. Rika-chan was the first to run through the open door. And then, Satoko didn't come.
You're late, Furude-san. Where's Hojo-san?
It was unusual for Rika-chan to be late, but equally unusual for Satoko, a ball of energy, to be absent at all. Everyone's eyes were wide at the series of strange and unfortunate events.
Satoko might be a little late.
You come down with something?
With the sickness, yes.
No. We can't be doing that right now. The teacher walked over to Rika-chan, and they started talking in hushed tones. Oh no. Rika-chan is late, and Satoko is absent. I guess crazy things can happen.
What a big funny.
Wait, but I thought nothing ever happened in this town.
You're right. But I wonder what happened to Satoko-chan. Is she sick?
No, Rena, nothing ever happens in Hinamizawa. Why now?
Duh.
When I most wanted to see Satoko's energetic face. The unease that had been building since last night tightened within my chest. Kei-chan, you worry too much. Sometimes girls of her age can't help but stay homesick.
Mei-chan, you're not supposed to say that around boys.
Neon laughed indecently. Normally, I would laugh along with her, but right now, I just didn't feel like it. Homeroom ended, and we went to talk to Rika-chan in the short time we had before first period started.
Hey, Rika-chan. You look so sad. So very sad when getting yelled at for being late. I'll make sure to pet you a lot today.
I was very aware of my gloom this morning, so I strove to keep my tone cheerful. I almost said she was very aware of my gloom, which she probably is, but that's unrelated. I petted Rika-chan's head the same way she always did, but she didn't cheer up at all.
Meet.
What happened to Satoko? Did she get sick?
For instance, she got a fever from playing around too much yesterday. If that had been her response, I would have accepted it in a flash. But the atmosphere around Rika-chan felt somehow heavy. It was a little weird, and actually made my unease worse. Hey, come on, come on. There's certain things she can't talk to boys about. Kei-chan, back to your seat, back to your seat. Mion, acting just like a club president, pulled me back to my chair. Rika-chan's gaze immediately fell back to her desk, and she hung her head gloomily. Rika-chan had said something odd, that Satoko might be a little late. They were living together, weren't they? Then she would have known for sure. She wouldn't have said might. I didn't understand why she was absent, and that made me all the more anxious. Damn it, what's going on today? It's like we started off on the wrong foot, and it wasn't going to get any better.
What's the matter, Keiichi-kun? You seem pretty down this morning.
Rena noticed how I looked and whispered to me while the teacher wasn't looking.
Do I really seem that way?
Yeah. Even Rena is starting to feel down just looking at you.
I thought of jokingly saying, "Then don't look at me," but I didn't even feel like doing that.
Is it something you can tell Rena? I don't know what you're worried about, but if I can help, then you can tell me, okay?
I won't tease you. Rena said this, looking me straight in the eye.
Until yesterday, nothing strange had happened, and it was a lot of fun.
Huh? Rena's eyes widened for a moment, not understanding what I meant, but she remained silent and listened.
It was peaceful and fun. Every day was lively. I never had any doubt things would stay that way forever.
Yeah, you're right. Every day is fun. I'm sure today will be too.
You're sure? How do you know?
Well...
Rena, feeling perplexed, couldn't think of something to say. I didn't blame her. What I was trying to say seemed a little confusing, even to me.
When I think about it, I've been anxious lately. Like, maybe since every day is fun, one day, all of a sudden, it would get really dark, like a light bulb turned off.
Yeah. Rena kind of understands how you feel.
Rena nodded gently.
We've always been taught that it wouldn't only be good things happening to us. Sometimes I'm scared of what's going to happen going on behind the fun. It's a little bit sad, but because of that, we learned how to do our best to make sure that the fun never stops.
I see.
So it's not a bad thing that you think our fun lives might not go on forever, Keiichi-kun. Kind of like if suddenly there was a volcanic eruption tomorrow and everyone died.
Deco's volcano?
Just as a random, non-specific example.
Like,
That's like second to the nuke.
Yeah. It's like, hey, it's just like
How
if
many
an
kills
axe
has it
murderer
been?
showed
Wait.
up tomorrow. It's just
How
like if
many
an axe
total
murderer
kills?
showed up tomorrow and killed all your family members.
How many total kills has
this is
Oyashiro-sama racked up with the curse? Is it 12? Is he gonna get the kill streak?
Once he gets 25, he's gonna be calling a tactical nuke.
I just find it really funny that this is Rena's example.
I couldn't think of any other
Killed
possible
me.
example. I mean, what would you think of?
No specific reason behind it or anything, but if, like, for example...
Hey. Wait,
What?
that's terrible.
If you were the only one who survived the catastrophe, Keiichi-kun, how would you feel?
How would I...
Answer the fucking question, Keiichi-kun.
Holy shit.
I imagine myself being that sole survivor in the ruins of Hinamizawa. Yep, I'm just gonna screenshot that one for later. Rubble and the bodies of friends lying in heaps at my feet. It was such an abhorrent sight. Yeah, I'm just gonna screenshot this one for later. Was it sadder that all of my friends had died? Or was it sadder that I couldn't have died with them? I didn't know which, but I'd probably cry a lot.
When they cry? It would probably break my heart. First, I think I'd cry.
good. And then maybe you would think this. What? If this was my destiny, then I should have made sure every day before this was as fun as possible, so I had no regrets.
I didn't want to consider such a horrible event to be my destiny. Oh, Keiichi. Oh, my little Keiichi. I've got some bad news for you.
Oh yeah, Shiro-sama's about to hit the 25 kill streak. Watch out.
He's about to hit the fucking kill streak, bro.
Wait,
It's over.
if we account for the previous Kalpas, come to think of it.
Then Shiro-sama's way over.
Oh my god, you're right.
He's just briefing.
The kills
He's
carry
just
over. from
BMing at this
Kalpas.
point.
He's just BM.
He's just feeding.
He's just teabagging on the corpse of Hinamizawa.
Oh, Shiro is BMing is not a sentence I expected to hear today.
Well, it's not inaccurate, I don't think. So anyway, I didn't want to consider such a horrible event to be my destiny, even though Rena was being oddly specific about it.
My
But
destiny, too. I probably would think that.
The fun times will end one day, and nobody knows when they will. It makes sense to live each day to the fullest, so that if it does happen tomorrow, you don't regret anything.
Yeah.
It's really hard to think like that. A lot of people take their everyday happiness for granted. They think tomorrow will be the same as today, so they leave things they could do today for tomorrow. They leave the kindness they could have shown today until tomorrow.
Rena was usually cheerful and silly, but right now she wasn't like that at all. She was taking my trouble seriously. It was a little reassuring.
But Keiichi-kun, you realized it. I think that's a wonderful thing. So that unease you have, I think you should keep it close to your heart.
I think you should stay terrified, Keiichi.
They noited Keiichi.
Say the line,
Keep
Keiichi.
my unease close.
Not that one,
Yes.
Keiichi.
Everyone might die tomorrow in a big catastrophe. So you should be really nice to everyone today. So when the end really does come, you don't regret it.
Everyone might die tomorrow in a big catastrophe.
Everyone might die tomorrow in a big catastrophe.
Not that I would know anything about the specifics, but, like, say it was a volcanic eruption. Just as a random example.
Let's say, hypothetically. Did you do that, Rena? Live like you would have no regrets if everyone died tomorrow?
Yep.
It was such a hyperbolic conversation, but Rena just gave me a nonchalant nod out of her head.
Rena knows what it's like for the fun times to end overnight. She knows there's no proof tomorrow will be fun, even if today is. I'm living life to the fullest.
It seemed like Rena perfectly understood all the anxiety I couldn't put into words. And on top of that, like a reliable teacher, she showed me what to do. Oh. Hey, Keiichi Maibara, there's no need to cry now.
Last night, I feel like I had a dream about Satoko. I don't remember what kind of dream it was, but ever since this morning I felt anxious.
Because you thought seeing Satoko-chan's energetic face would cheer you up. Right?
I just realized that my kettle's probably shut off, so at this point I'm just gonna wait until after the session to get my tea. Listen, I got so into that I forgot.
Hilarious.
Anyway, she was right on the money. If everyone had been here with smiles on their faces this morning, then the murk in my heart would definitely have been blown to smithereens.
Then, if Satoko-chan arrives, you'll have to be nice to her. Actually, it's totally fine if you play your usually pranks on each other. As long as you're having fun.
Yeah, you're right.
So that even if these fun days came to an end, I'd have no regrets. Actually, you know what? Fuck it. I'm just gonna go put the kettle on real quick. I'm not gonna go back. Listen, I'm not gonna go back and get my tea until after the session.
Oh, that was the kettle. I just heard it.
No, it wasn't. Shut up.
That was the kettle's funeral. I just heard it.
Maybe Volcano-chan will come tomorrow.
Oh yeah, Volcano-chan's curse.
God.
Volcano Shiro-sama.
Volcano Shiro-sama.
Jesus.
Volcano Shiro-sama came to me in my bedroom.
Hang on. I don't like where this is going.
He told me
What'd he tell you?
What did he say?
to live every day to the fullest.
Oh, okay.
Okay, well.
Yeah, he's a cool dude. He's a cool dude.
I thought you were about to tell me like something about Volcano Shiro-sama being love and life or something like that.
It's me.
Welcome back. You missed nothing important, I assure you.
Nothing
Yeah.
of importance happened, don't worry.
Don't check what we said back here in the pod, okay?
Yeah, don't look at the VOD. Just don't look at it.
Okay.
Don't look at it.
Just ignore it.
Rena,
It doesn't exist.
Rena
What
wouldn't
VOD?
say any gamer words.
Okay, I trust that you guys did not say slurs in my absence. What do you
Rumble said
fucking
more
want me to
kids.
say?
We actually really quickly ran through every slur listed on Wikipedia.
Alright,
That was it.
start
Just
from A
mortgage.
for me. Anyway, moving on.
Clown.
Wikipedia does actually have a list of lists.
Listen, this was supposed to be a quick trip here and back. Anyway, I couldn't tell if what Rena had told me had been comforting or just made me more anxious. But it was enough to make me think that if I saw Satoko again, I'd be honest with her. Lunchtime arrived, with everyone pushing their desks together like always. Satoko wasn't here. Despite that, we had bento boxes for 5 lined up on our desks. Rika-chan had made a bento for Satoko, too. Was Satoko supposed to be here before lunch? Rika-chan was clearly acting strangely. We were talking to her, but it felt like she was too far away to hear us. I'd never seen Rika-chan so downcast. So the rest of us started feeling down too. Hey, Rena. I understood what she had said before pretty well. I kind of want the twist to be that, like, her uncle's gonna get in the picture and he's actually a nice uncle. What if that's the twist? What if they're all just...
He's actually the cool gamer uncle. He's Dante.
What
He's
if they're
Dante
all
Devil
just,
May
like,
Cry.
freaking out for no reason? And he just took her to, like, fucking Legoland or something?
Come on, kid, tell
Let's
your
be
teacher you're
honest-
sick. We're
let's
going
be
to
honest, that's-
Disney World, Japan.
Like, let's be honest, there's no way he's not a bad person, but it would be really
It would be
funny.
really funny.
It would be really funny, is all I'm saying. I understood what she had said before pretty well. When we were together, We were supposed to have lots of fun, so we wouldn't have any regrets if the world ended tomorrow. And yet, well, I just resolved myself to do it. Now we can't all be together. What the hell? Because it was just so sudden, wasn't it? I mean, yesterday was fun, so who could believe it would all end today? No volcanoes had erupted, and no earthquakes or fires had happened either. I'm just gonna put that in the pocket for later use. The cicadas were making the same noises they did yesterday, and the sun remained bright in the sky. It was the same normal day as always. So then, why? As I pondered, Rena's chopsticks reached in front of my face and stole the fried chicken out of my bento.
If no one else wants it, Rena will take it. Delicious.
Rena tossed the entire piece into her mouth and began munching on it, her expression one of bliss. I'm such an old man. Rena got a leg up on me. Alright. This old man's taking this bit of steak here.
All my food is gone except my rice.
Rika-chan, also behind the curve, smiled again and went for someone else's bento. It's just fun, happy club time. As I sat there, dazed at how quickly everyone had changed, Rena sent a wink over to me.
Come on, Keiichi-kun. Live life to the fullest. That way, if a volcano erupts tomorrow, it'll be okay. Volcano Shiro-sama is coming.
This is serious.
God is coming.
I'll be damned if dried plums and rice are the only things I have left for lunch. I'm taking that meatball.
I stuffed the meatball into my mouth and constructed a clumsy smile. I played along, as if trying to fool myself. This feels like end of chapter, I think. But as I did, it rapidly became less and less of an act. Satoko still wasn't here, but at some point, we had regained our lively lunchtime. We had fun, we smiled, and we fooled around. Thanks, everyone. This was definitely the best thing to do. I don't know about that one, Keiichi.
When has Keiichi ever been wrong about something being the best thing to do?
Honestly.
Has he been wrong even once?
No, Keiichi.
Can you name even a single time that he's ever been wrong about anything ever?
Well, you
Not
see,
me.
this way, when Satoko suddenly dropped by, which she would undoubtedly do, we could welcome her with our best smiles. The more I smiled, the more I felt the anxiety from this morning clearing away.
Wasn't there a proverb that went something like, fortune comes by in a merry gait?
I think so. If it's true, then this old man will roll around on the floor laughing 24/7.
Rena thinks it's true. If you laugh every day, it'll be fun every day.
Rena has a way with words.
Should we try it out?
Everyone took a deep breath, then brought their faces together, locking shoulders. And then we all drew our guns. Alright, 3, 2, 1. Thank you, Rena. I think
how I expected that to go.
I think we really brought the mood up with that one. What do you think, Rena? Everyone laughed uproariously from their stomachs, especially Mion and Rena for some reason. Not sure why. Trying to laugh out all of the bad stuff accumulating in them. By the time our bento boxes were empty, everyone was right as rain. I'm sure.
We did it! What a happy day. And the happy days will keep on happying.
Yeah. So when Satoko
every
shows
day.
up, which I'm sure will happen right now, we can greet her with our best smiles. Do you guys want to go for a few more minutes, or are we good here?
I think that's probably going to be our best stopping point.
Probably.
Also, Soggy has disappeared.
Yeah, with Soggy vanishing, it's a bit of a concern in case Satoko shows up.
Okay, fair enough.
Which we all know that she's going to do.
Wait, did you just
Yeah,
say...
she's gonna show up, like, you move one line of text advance.
Yeah. So, wait, are you guys... Like, did you just say disappeared? Is that a reference to Satoshi? Yo!
No!
No!
He transferred. Yeah.
YouTube...
Yeah, Satoshi transferred. What the fuck are you talking about?
Alright, so YouTube, goodbye. This time I am just kind of indifferent to you. I'm not really sure how I feel. Goodbye, YouTube.
How many Satoshis does it take to change a light bulb?
Tej's
None.
abusive relationship
Is they
with YouTube.
transferred?
How many goblins does it take to change a log by bulb? None! They're too busy! The gender!